So I'm now live, and this is feeling really good. Not the first time I've been live though. I've been live on YouTube where I made a mistake, and still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out. There we go. That's a bit softer. Yes, hello, welcome to the live stream. Still trying to figure this out, but love to do this. I love it. Just out here, putting my passions out there. First one being music. I just feel really good about this. And finally, streaming on Twitch as well, and not just YouTube, where I made that mistake. But, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping you can hear me. Because if not, that's going to be real bummer. Anyway, today, EDM, music production, making demos. Made 3 already. Something about me, I like EDM. I really love EDM. It's my main genre. Top 5 artists. 3 of them are EDM people. EDM artists. But that's not it. And so today I'm going to be continuing. I'm going to be making some demos. I've already done 3. And moving on to something called Dancefloor D&B. Or Dancefloor Drum and Bass. That's what I'll be making today. And then we'll be moving on. If I do finish this stream, then we'll be moving on to something called Deep House. But these are the 3 that I've made so far. So the first one being Future Bass, kind of like Alan Walker, Marshmello, stuff like that, people like that. So this is the first one that I made. Alright, so that's the Future Bass one. I'm gonna go play it again, just so you guys can hear. Here we go. Hear the sound of it. This is the build-up. This is what would be the build-up that leads up to the break or the drop. Let you hear it for a little bit. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the volume because it's hitting into the red. Oh, I got a viewer in here. Hiya, mate. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. So you just got here. Basically, I'm just showcasing some demos I made earlier. Let me just play that for you. I want you to have a listen. Just have a listen to this. So this is Future Bass. Marshmello, Alan Walker, that kind of thing. Just have a listen to it. 1, 2, 3, Alright, so that's for Future Bass. It sounds a little bit closer to Marshmello than I would for Alan Walker, but I absolutely love it. I love this sound, and it is brilliant. Okay, so have a look at here. Now this says Dancefloor rack because I haven't actually made a Future Bass drum rack. So how I do my drums is I make a rack. So here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, come on, mate. There we go. So I basically group some tracks together, and this includes the kicks, snares, claps, closed and open hi-hats, and shakers. So what this does for me essentially is control these individually whilst making my own drum lines, my own simple lines, and it's brilliant. And I can have multiple sounds in there, different feel, different emotions, different tone, soundscape, perfect. And hello mate, how you doing? I can see you viewer in. How you doing, mate? So this is what you are listening to right now. So these are the drums. Here we go. Pretty simple, but these are the drums for the second phase of the track. Even that's just better. So that is the second phase of the track, and I really like these kicks as well. I'm really open to you guys. Really opened out there just to have some criticism in here. Perfectly fine. Open to it. Just starting out. So this is my so that was the future bass demo. I'll give you one last listen to it fully. So one last listen. This is Build. See, when you get a real hear of it, sounds a lot like Marshmello. It's more Marshmello than it is Alan Walker. Hey mate, how you doing? So there you go, that is the future bass demo. Now I'm going to move on to my progressive house demo. If you don't know, if you're not like me, you don't know about the different subgenres between the genres of EDM. So this is the progressive house subgenre of the house genre. So progressive house, think Martin Garrix, think David Guetta, think Calvin Harris, that kind of thing. This is kind of the same feel that I want to get. So if we get to number 1, we start playing like this. Yeah, so far this demo has been my favorite so far. I've said so far too many times. Anything else I can say about it? Honestly, this is my favorite of the ones I've done so far. Because progressive house is my favorite genre of music. Calvin Harris, #1 artist, followed by Rehab, Alan Walker. Not in that order. But I really love the subgenre, and this has to be my favorite. I think the really difficult thing is about making these genres is coming up with the new melodies. Because it's easy enough to do chord progressions, bass, drums. Because if you listen to any songs in these genres of EDM, they're kind of the same. It's just up to you to add something new to it. But I really love this one. In particular, what I'm really proud of is the lead synths, in particularly in here. So if I just solo the melodics. So this is why. So this is the build synth. So this works as a backing synth. Now we get to the drop. Phase 2 of the drop. I think this is the one thing I am really proud of in this demo. Like, this is the number one thing I am proud of in this demo. And quite in particularly is when it comes to the drop, and particularly in between the two phases, phase 2 as well, because I've got this pluck synth in. And what this does essentially is just add a bit more variation into this phase, makes it sound different, and I really love the sound of it. And one thing that has saved my life is Serum. I know you could get free stuff out there, such as Vital, if I have that in my plugins. Yeah, here we go, Vital. It was good for a little bit, but it just to me there was just not much variation in it, which is why I saved up from work in order to get Serum or Serum 2. And in particular with Serum, there are a lot more packs and presets you can get that have new, unique sounds that sound like your favorite artist that you can add to it or change to make it your own sound. But it is so worth it. If you want to get into music, if you want to get into producing music, if you want to get into writing music or making music yourself, in particularly with the EDM, I don't want to say EDM genre because that's just not right, EDM group of music, get yourself Serum because it is an absolute beauty of a plugin. And then let's just have a listen, because without it I want to make this is the layered lead. Basically what it is, it's multiple synths at different levels, different reverb, and it just sounds wonderful. So this one is my main one. This is the backing one. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, that sucks. I can't even see it on here. Hold on, let me just see if I can get rid of the game capture. There we go. That's better. Oh, that's so much better. So let me play again. So this is the first Serum one. So you get this when you first buy Serum. And it's an absolutely brilliant sound. And then this one came with a preset pack. And up here. So let me just break this down for you. So we'll focus on phase 2 of the drop. So top layer adds a pluck or punch to this. So that's the pluck of it. This is the main body of it. That adds your classic progressive sound. And then finally, this came from a different preset. So this is the Festival Progressive House preset by Loopsy Store. That adds... Listen. Now what that does, that adds a bit more body to the lead synth. And layering your synths makes new synths, if that makes sense. But basically what this does, you take pre-established synth sounds, just layer them on each other, mess around with the mixing, and you get new sounds. You don't need to, like... I love to create new sounds, but getting these presets, putting them together, and just layer them on top of each other, changed the levels between them, sounds brilliant. I love them. I absolutely love them. Now this down here, not only is this the build synth, but this is also the backing synth as well. And in particularly, it just further adds to the depth of the track. This is why I'm using this, the synth. So on here, this is the synth area of Serum. So this isn't part of the leads, this is part of the synths, because I really need... What I wanted for this was to incorporate the chords with this track along with the main melody. And this is what it sounds like. I absolutely love it. And when I first found it, I thought this is what I want to do with progressive house. As pretty common thing to do with this genre, as well with big room house, which we'll get into. So for the last time, this is the progressive house demo. And that was the prog house demo. And the third, final demo I've got is the big room house. This is the big room house. This is probably my... I don't know, recently, this is probably my third favorite. But I still love it. So when it comes to big room house, you think of artists like W&W, you think about Rehab, part of my top 5 favorite artists of all time. Who else? Martin Garrix, also big room, also progressive. Who else? Dimitri Vegas, like Mike, those kinds of artists. And this is the demo. I don't think so, mate. I've fallen for that before. Oh, I love this. Hey mate, how you doing? I'll give you a little listen to this. So this is the big room house demo. Third most favorite EDM genre. This is the breakdown. Then we get to the build. That is the Big Room House demo. Now for this one, the important stuff was... It's not really comes down to the bass, or even the melody. Super simple, super easy. Bit tricky to figure out in the beginning, but that's with all melodies. To be honest, that is with all melodies. It's tricky to work out in the beginning. Bass, chords, drums, easy. Melody, a little bit difficult. But the real trick is with Big Room House is this stuff. Your effects, your risers, your sweeps, and your descenders. So, most of the time, they literally just sound like this. So that's just your basic risers, and you've got to have descenders as well to sort of carry you from the rise, the build, basically to help you transition between that build and the drop. But what's really important are these, your effects, your ambient, basically your ambience, what's in the background. And particularly for a lot of big room stuff, there is a lot going on in the background, which is why you have stuff like this. Oh, let's try that again. Basically, you have a lot of stuff like this in the background. Stuff like this. Oh mate, how you doing? Nice for you to join. Basically just showcasing the Big Room House demo. Then we'll get into creating some danceful drum and bass. And again, much like Progressive House, the real important stuff is the leads. In particular when it comes to the drop leads. So like this. So that's your drop. Those are the drop leads. And equally as important are your break leads. So if I solo that, because they gotta sound entirely different to your drop. The drop is where the heavy stuff comes in. So that's where the kick drum comes in. That's where the RP bass or the gated bass or the rhythmic bass comes in. But here, just have bass synth with these leads. This is what they sound like. And again, like Progressive House, melody layered over chords. And with these, you need to find stuff that feels the room. You need to have something that feels the width of your track, that feels the entire stereo, and that's not just mono. Because Big Room House, as its name, it needs to fill the big room. It fills the big room. This is your festival house, basically. Progressive, Big Room House, you can just roll into one, say, festival house. Whereas Progressive is more melodic, this is more boomy. More boomy, more jumpy. And then again, yeah, and these are more complicated bits. When you get to the bass, it's just a descending bass. Let me just solo this. With the bass, they're completely simple. then when you get to the drop bass, it's literally just lines. However, it sounds like this. It sounds like that by applying a simple gate, sidechaining it to one of your drum hits. Now I've applied it to the hi-hat, or the open hi-hat, so it's offset by the kick drum. So you go kick, bass, kick, bass, kick, bass, and not just kick, bass, kick, bass, kick, bass, kick, bass. Just to add that air of back and forth, call and repeat. Hi mate, how you doing? So now I've showed you that. Let's get on with making some actual music. It's been 27 minutes already. Let's just get on with making some actual music and heading into some dance floor drum and bass. Now, when I talk about dance floor drum and bass, I'm speaking of Sub-Zero, Dimension, Wilkinson, those kind of people. And what I've got so far is just the drums, to be honest. Let's have a look at you. So, with these demos, I just do build and drop just to get a general idea of what these are going to sound like. And with drum and bass, much faster than house. And it's also drum pattern different to house, in particularly when it comes to the kick drums. See, with normal house, just uses a regular 4 on the floor drum pattern or kick pattern. With drum and bass, it's irregular. Now with phase 2 of the drop, gonna need something different. If you need an open hi-hat, but I'm thinking this might sound good. Nah, I don't think. I don't want to record. Nope. Undo record, please. No, I do not want that. What I want is to... Let's try this, and then with the shakers, going to fill that entire line. See, I don't like that. Oh, I really do not like that. So we're going to get rid of every other shaker. Just gonna find out how that sounds. Oh, I think we could do a different sound. See, that's too wide. I think maybe this one. Is it me or do I sound a little bit lispy? I think that's probably just me, but also might just be a little bit lispy. Right, let's have a listen to this. Nah, I don't think so. I really do not think so. Nah, I just don't think this is good. Sorry, I got distracted. I was on my phone. Oh, what to do? 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 Hold on. Let me just sort this out. Something was in my ear. It can just really freak me out on what that was. Let's just. I really don't want to think about what was in my ear for that second. I really do not want to know. We'll leave it there and let's focus on the bass. Important thing for drum and bass is the bass. I'm going to solo this out. And so these are the basses I'm working with right now. So classic, drone, just like this. Wonderful. Literally just there in the background, adding a bit of ambience and noise. Not noise. Music. And then this. As a basic one. And that's for more something like this, the rhythmic bass. Or it's the boak boak. Which again, I do not know. This one sounds better if it was part of Jump Up Drum and Bass, which, if we get to it, we get to it. Which we'll probably not. Looking at the list. I don't know. Oh, I really don't know. The most important thing... What's that? I think the important thing is for this one. Hi, how you doing? Is actually get some sort of melodic bass. Because if I go into here, I'm just going to play a little bit of a song. It's not mine. It's by Wilkinson and Karen Harding. This is Sweet Lies. Nope, I tell a lie. It's Desire by Subfocus. Just listen for a little bit. Hear that for a split second. So for that, need a melodic bass. Need something with a rhythm. Now for this song, what was the rhythm I was going for? Let's go and fit in with the chord progression that I've got. What can I do with this? But I love those first few notes. I want to know, what have I got on here that's quick bark? Let's just get a simple bass. Simple bass, something with a bit of punch to it. Just so we can figure out this rhythm. Let's do this. Alright, let's just have a figure out. Listen to this. So listen. Alright. So far, good baseline. Now I'm going to duplicate it for an 8-bar phrase. So this will be first phase of the drop. And for this kind of stuff, you just need to keep it simple. Try not to overthink it like I do, because then you're going to end up messing it up. Your initial idea, which you think is good, then you mess it up, which means you'll end up deleting the idea, and you have to settle with something entirely new. Let's listen to this. First 4 bars. So just listen to this a little bit. And I think this one, go lower, about a note lower. See how it sounds. And then up 1. It's up by 3 notes. So here we go. See, now that is your typical rhythmic, well, not really rhythmic, melodic bass sequence for dancehall drum and bass. Now we're just going to need to pick out a new sound. So let's have a look at the hard bass. Yeah, that's going to be a no, brother. Let's just go back on the synths. Nope, absolutely not. Now, I'm still going to use that, because that will be absolutely perfect to add some punch to it. Which means I'm going to need to get a new synth just to add a bit more character to it. You can save quickly. And just go Control-Shift-T. New MIDI. New Serum plugin. This one's going to be in a much longer tail. Good. Double that tail end. Let's have a look. We're gonna find. Actually, where's my sheet gone? Where's my sheet? Ah, there it is. I've been through this. I've had a look. And this is basically where I just listed every single sound I've got on Serum. Just for me to have a look at it. Because I am autistic like that. I just can't let things lie. I've got to make a list about it. So, let's just have a look and see what I can find. Now, for this we're gonna need retro analog, or I don't know. Misc bass? No. What's this? Let's try Super 8. Yeah. Ah, hello. Put your mic in mono, please. I am terribly sorry. Hey Elon, can you tell me how? This is my first time. Oh, down mixed mono. Hang on. No, I've got it. I've got it. Alright, how's this? No, you can still hear the room. Alright, what about this? I don't think I could put it on. Oh wait, hang on. What about this? What was that? Audio monitoring device. I want that. Alright, what about this? This a little bit better, Elon? So I've just done down mix to mono. What if I move back? Because I haven't figured this out yet. And it's annoying for me. I'm guessing it is as annoying for you. Maybe it's feedback. Elon, have you got an idea? If I try taking these off, because then again you won't hear the feedback. And the second one is not. I see. Right. So, the problem I've got is I've got the webcam. And hang about. If I go back to default, it's like that. But if I switch it back actually to... Oh, I'm a daft prick. Alright, Elon. This sounded a little bit better because it sounded a lot better to me. It actually sounds professional rather than fucking amateur. Because I found the problem. Because it was on default device and it registered both the Logitech and the Sub-Zero. But hopefully it's only on the Sub-Zero, so I'm hoping it's much better now. Come on, Elon Hendricks. The love child of Musk and Jimmy. This has to sound a lot better now. Come on, Elon, though. Okay, then, let me turn the monitoring off. Because it definitely sounds better to me. It definitely sounds more mono. Open source properties. Mono off. Okay, mate, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. Because I'm not spending... I don't want to spend another 5 minutes doing this. I've got demos to make. Alright. That's better. Right, it's going through my microphone. It is no longer doing whatever it's doing. Right. Elon. Buddy, help me out here. This bitch working? Right, whilst you are talking about that, I am going to... Actually, before... I have to put the flashlight on, just so... Right. Let's just turn that to in. hopefully that's much better. Yeah, but anyway, guys, let's just carry on with the show. Alright, what was I looking for? I was looking for a sound. What was I looking for? The Super 8. Put the Super 8 on, see how that sounds like. It's not. It sounds good, but it just doesn't sound like what I am going for with this. It would sound good with jump up drum and bass, or if I was doing a separate track as its own solo. But this needs to be backing, so it's got to have some body to it. It's got to have some backing to it. I'll try the hard again. Which one was I looking for? Let's try OTT Saw Wave. Absolutely not. What was I saying about... Get me back on it. Surprisingly popular meta these days. I don't think so because it doesn't sound good. Right, let's go. Gotta find another one. I mean, I can't just rely on a zero. I've got saved sounds. There we go. Nope, those are just sounds. I need my saved bass sounds. Which are these ones? Basic Grease bass. What about fuzz step? Sounds good. Nah, I don't think so, but it would sound good in the build, so keep a hold on that. Put it next to Bastille Basher. I need something. Give it to me. Saw bass. Try the saw basses, all of them. I really need something. That's just more plucky. That's just more punchy. Ain't about that life, fam. Ain't that about that life. See, that sounds better. That sounds better. See, that's the sound, but it just doesn't have enough width to it for a dance floor drum and bass. I would use that for jungle, but I wouldn't use that for dance floor. Probably just put that through the reverb send. But until then, we'll keep it on hand. We'll keep it on hand. We'll have the filter and the filtered. Burn to orange. This just... You ain't happening, fam. Right, let's try this. Don't tell me. Please don't. This ain't happening. Oh, great heavens, lost in me, not so far from me. What's this? Let's try the electrolyte. Nope, I don't want to get... Oh! Piss. What is that? What have I done? What have I done? No. You don't love me, and I know now. Good song. Give it a listen. Literally just called No. No. You don't love me, yes, I know now. let's just listen to these drums. This is the build. And that's what it'll lead to. Go away, I don't need you. I don't need. Oh man. Figured out the previous 3 demos so easily, but now this. I don't want to get stuck in a rut. I don't want to put this off. I need to do this. Otherwise, it's never gonna get done. How am I gonna do this? Serum has good options, but I just don't think it's gonna be the options that I want or that I need. Let's try a look. Mando. Vox Gucci bass, Saw on delay. Let's just give this a chance. Just gonna duplicate that because I think I was trying to save that one. So let's just move away from the bass. Let's head into the miscellaneous with the Mando. Gonna solo this just so I'm listening to this one. Alright, I like that, but it doesn't have any width to it. It literally doesn't have any width to it, and I can't do it backing. But I can layer that into the previous synth. So we'll save that. Duplicate the track again. We're going to solo this one. Let's just have a look at this. I don't want ARP, I want the bass. Give me the bass. Right, let's have a look. Which one? So the first house is bass. Let's have a listen to that one. And let's try that with all 3. We just mute this one. I think this would be good for the build, but it's not going to be good for the drop. I need that depth, I need that width, I need that bloody character. Show my finals. I have the best one in the front, which is why Calvin Harris is ready for the weekend. Is at the front. That's my best vinyl. It's my favourite so far. I'm still collecting. I'm going to do a physical media stream soon. That way I just showcase everything I've got. Because I am a real... I'm a nerd like that. Oh, that's just something. Gosh, I'm tired. I've got work in the morning. Well, not in the morning. I've got work tomorrow. I'm not going to wake up if it's time I want to wake up and get up. But no, someday I'm going to do a physical media stream to showcase everything I've got. My vinyls, the DVDs, my comics, just that kind of stuff. Maybe when I'm doing a Helldivers stream or a Star Wars stream, or just like chilling in the evening on Sundays. Yeah, one day I will. I think maybe I can't. Oh, I'm going to be working late on one of the days, so I'm not going to be able to do it. Down on the blast. We gotta keep going. We still need to find this sound. Should I try the respace? Let's try this. Mute this. Ooh. Ooh. This might be it. Yeah, I think this might be it. Let's just sample through the respaces. Kitchen sink. Or as... is it? Yeah, it's Joe Weathersby. Kitchen sink! Why did I not look at the respaces earlier? What about this? Yes! Yes! If I just raise it up. If I raise the up, raise the up? If I raise the up the octave, so this is in D2. Definitely sounds better. It gives that width, it gives that depth to it. And it's got the punch from the first bass as well. I think I've done it. I think I found it. I'm hoping that sticks when I add everything else to it, when I get to the melodics, when I get to the chords, when I get to the harmonics, when I get to the ambience. I really hope this is the one. And I hope so, because I need a break. I'll catch you up later. Break. And ta-da! I'm back. You miss me? And an hour of the stream. And headphones are caught on the microphone stand. But never mind, we've got... we have our bass. We have our melodic bass. So let's just... Now, to fix this, just need to offset. We're going to make this a little bit longer, just so we can next. So we just need to shift these. Just by a couple of spaces. So we have and let's just expand on these. See, I just don't think this has any punch to it. It's a good plug synth, I'll give it that. It's a good plug synth, but it's just no punch to it or boom to it, whatever. It'll be good for deep house, it'll be good for club house, it'll be good for progressive house, but it won't be good for... Even for D&B, it'll be good for liquid, but it won't be good for dance floor. It needs some boom to it. What about Hard Grizzly? That sounds promising. See, that's much better. So, gotta keep in mind, Hard Grizzly. What about... That sounds promising. Street Buster. That sounds too organ. Sorry, up to you. No, we're not gonna be adding that. Oh, don't tell me this is gonna just be another donk. Sounds promising. Sounded promising, but it just wasn't. I like that much better. That just sounds better. Have that. Answer this, see how that sounds. Then we add a little ambience to the bass. Just gonna shift this up. This is just simple drone on 3 space. And already sounding better. Now, this is literally what the respace sounds like. Just listen. It's literally just that. It just provides some underlying ambience, fills up the space a little bit more, makes it sound more roomy. Hold the G. Probably you guys are not gonna figure that one out. But now put this back on, you can definitely hear that underlay. Well, underlay. Next thing to do is with this. That's applying this to a rhythmic synth. Or in other words, an RP synth. So I'm going to group these together and call this the melodic bass. Now we got this. See, this would be good for the build. This is the build bass. If I put that back to D2. Definitely some glitch in there. And I'll add some variation to this one, change this up. Just have a listen to this. See that even the subtlest of words, even the subtlest of changes can actually make it sound a lot different. So, whilst we're thinking about this, when we're getting on the way, rhythmic bass. We just need to find a good one. Even then, it just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't sound good. What about the block block? See, this sounds a lot better. This sounds dance floor. One door closes, another one of problems opens. Oh god. I've got to be doing this at a different time. I can't be doing this late at night. This is more gaming. I think the last time I did this on YouTube, I did this in the middle of the afternoon. The reason I'm doing this now is because I'm home alone. And I don't have that feeling of people watching me in the house, people listening in on me. And it's an overthinking problem. I think I mentioned this on... When did I ask this question? I asked a streamer on about overthinking. And they said just to grit your teeth and bear it. I think that's essentially what it was. The problem I've got is that there's a lot... Even then, because I know the people here where I live, they'll probably be fine with me for it, but I know one of them's got a very high, I won't say high opinion, different opinion on like the people I watch on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, and even then a lot of stuff about that. Like, they like some of those people, but even then, it's still like highbrow about entertainment. And even then, I'm just not getting this at this late of the evening. This is more game. This is gaming hour. This is more gaming hour. If I'm gonna, you know what? If I'm gonna do this again, I'm definitely doing it in the afternoon, because there ain't no way I am doing music production this late. You know, I'm just gonna end it there, because this is the wrong time to be doing production. So that's just going to be the end of it. I've actually made some it's a little, but I've made some progress on this demo. So to all those who have popped in, said hello, watched the stream for a little bit, I thank you. Every little helps with that. And I hope you do come back, and I hope new people come in and we can just enjoy music and get to know each other a little bit better. I just want to share this with everyone. I want everyone to be involved. I want everyone to see how it's done or how I do things. I want to get criticism. I want to get points across. I want to do this kind of thing. That's why I started streaming. And particularly started streaming this because I just want to share this with other people. I want to get other people's opinions. I want to get their side of the story. I want to do this with people. And it's easier enough if you just go to a studio. And not many studios where I live. So this is the next best thing. But I hope, for all those who joined, you stick around. Maybe join me on my next stream. Possibly Friday. Possibly Sunday. And I hope you continue watching me throughout the future. Yeah, that sounds good. So anyway, I'm ending this stream there. Stay safe, make good choices, be good people.